Yeah, well, this just went from concerning to extremely serious very fast. They told us to be patient, and we kind of were, but the day we have all been waiting for has finally arrived. I was working on my Patty Hearst follow-ups when the news hit right before I was to go to bed. Of course, I stayed up an hour past my bedtime trying to get caught up on how we got here. And that's exactly why we are here now. Over numerous hours and resources, I've compiled all the info I could come across for your consideration. Let's dive in. So David, real name David Anthony Burke, was officially arrested on Thursday by the Los Angeles Police Department's Robbery Homicide Division, and he's currently being held without bail. And from everything coming out about the arrest, this was not quiet. Neighbors are describing a heavy police presence, multiple officers on scene, and even reports of law enforcement using a loudspeaker telling him to come out and surrender. There are photos circulating of officers outside his home and video footage of him being taken into custody and walked to a police vehicle in handcuffs. And this part really stood out to me. Police basically hinted they had been watching him, like keeping tabs on him this whole time. And then the moment they had probable cause, they moved in. Now here's where things really shift. On Monday, the district attorney's office held a full press conference. District Attorney Nathan Hochman was there, standing alongside LAPD officials, including Captain Scott Williams, and visually, they had his mugshot on one side and a photo of 14-year-old Celeste on the other. And the message was very clear. There is no disagreement between the district attorney's office and the LAPD. They are completely aligned on this case. Now let's talk about the charges, because they are not light. He is being charged with first-degree murder with special circumstances. And those special circumstances include things like lying in wait, committing the act for financial gain, specifically to protect his career, and even the possibility that this involved the murder of a witness. Because, according to prosecutors, Celeste was allegedly connected to an ongoing investigation involving him at the time. On top of that, there are additional charges including continuous acts with a minor under 14, lewd and lascivious acts with a minor, and mutilation of human remains. And if convicted on the most serious charges, we're talking life without parole, or even the death penalty. Now, as far as what they say happened, Celeste went to his home in the Hollywood Hills, reportedly invited, and she was never seen or heard from again. Her remains were discovered inside bags in the front trunk of his vehicle. Now, they didn't point to one single piece of evidence as the smoking gun. Instead, they said it's the totality of everything: digital evidence, forensic findings, physical evidence, witness testimony, all of it combined. And they made it clear they believe they can prove this case. There's also reporting that the medical examiner has ruled her manner of death a homicide, but the full coroner's report hasn't been publicly released yet. Now, on the other side of this, his legal team is pushing back hard. They're saying he did not murder Celeste, he did not cause her death, and that at the time of their statement, there hadn't even been a formal complaint or indictment filed yet. And they say they are going to fight this aggressively. And then there's one more layer to this that we shouldn't forget. His associate, Neo Langston, was previously arrested for failing to appear as a witness, and a lot of people believe that was connected to this investigation. Since then, he's reportedly started distancing himself publicly, which doesn't prove anything on its own, but it definitely adds another layer to what's going on behind the scenes. So yeah, this case went from a shocking discovery to a full arrest to now multiple major charges and a very aggressive prosecution. And at this point, everything is going to come down to the evidence and what can actually be proven in court.